Right. Hello there, gents, ladies. I have made a video. Yeah, what you're watching. Kate's just there. I just thought I would do a video with more talking and less flapping about with carburetors and stuff. It's February, it's been very wet, cold, yet we still have managed to make a little bit of progress, Gavin and myself. And yeah, I kind of thought maybe some of you would be interested in listening to me tell you a bit about me, really. And some of you might not, but anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. So, I've got a little bit of a list here of things that I thought I'd talk about, and this might be quite long, I don't know. I will put some action with Kate, because we have had a bit of action with Kate. I bought a carburettor off eBay, another small one, 34 ICH, but one with the right Venturi choke in it, and it was £19. I won it on auction at £10 postage. It got here yesterday. Gav and I stripped it, cleaned it, put it back together again, bolted it on, and off we went to the petrol station for a refill. Now, unfortunately, we didn't film the part where it got back in the car at the petrol station and we turned the ignition over and it was dead, nothing. And there was cars queuing up behind us, and I don't know, some of you might have done similar things before where the legality of what you're doing is questionable and you're starting to draw attention in public space. So our heartbeat was quite high. Anyway, Gav pushed it, and then some mechanics that we know from next to the garage joined with a push, stuck it into second gear, bang, fired up. Didn't miss a freaking beat apart from that big beat that it missed on the forecourt. So Kate's engine has never been better, and I think you'll enjoy watching the carburetor swap. Anyway, right, I'm saying here 6 months update. I think that's since the first time I posted a video with Kate, part 1. If you're watching this, there's about 32 videos, maybe even 34 because of the live ones we've done. And I think it started off in July. I don't know how many months it is. Anyway, so yeah, well, that's that. So I want to do some shout outs, guys, and I've just written this in 5 minutes. I just went at the most recent video, went through the comments and looked at the names that I recognise that have messaged many times in the comments. Okay, so I'm just going to fire them up in no particular order whatsoever. George Donaldson, Matt Pedwell, Tim Fenton, Angel Dawn Morning Star, Starlight GT, Pat Gall, Chris Hull, Bayless Snow, Pete Amberley, Ken R, Gumtree Buys, Mr. Classic Car Enthusiast, Pinto Punter, Richard Honeyford, Doug's Custom Car Garage, Larry Bees, Ali Mack, Ron Talbot, Ron's also on Facebook, Mr. Invisible, Paul B, Scotty Boy, Minisaurus. There's going to be plenty of the ones I've missed here, but just wanted to say that you are noticed, guys, and thank you very much for sticking around and watching some of the crappier videos that we've done. So now I've just got a list here of things I want to address. Donations, acknowledgements. Basically that's just to say thank you guys for your donations, and I am very happy to say that we have Kate's, well, it's about £1,000, alright, that's about $1,200–1,300 that you guys have donated to towards Kate. Those are just pure donations that you guys thought, fuck it, I'm going to send this chap 20 quid, and you've done it. And yeah, bless you guys. I noticed myself getting really excited at the beginning when the donations started coming in, and I then soon found myself doing things that I didn't really like. So like coming up, cap in hand, saying, oh, we got some more money, guys. So no, anyway, So thanks for those are beautiful, and they've freaking helped a lot. Surprising what a sponge money that is. I mean, the money, do you think, where the freaking hell did £1,000 go? Anyway, so subscriber, I don't know what I've written, increase, views. Yeah, we've got 6,280 subscribers. Surprisingly, it's going up steadily, right, really steady, but very slow. The first video we had, bang, 2,000 subscribers, and since then we get about 30, no, we get about 100 a month. So yeah, we've had 1 million views overall, 87,000 hours have been watched, 5,100 subs since the beginning of, is it? Oh, actually I don't know, it's either 6,280, actually no, I had about 1,000 subs beforehand. You need 1,000 subs before you can advertise on your videos. Total income from adverts on the videos is £939.75, which again is about $1,100–1,200. 97% of our audience is males, surprisingly, between 45 and 64 years old. So, yeah, old gits. UK, United Kingdom is the biggest audience, followed by United States of America, Germany, Australia as well, I think, yeah. Right, the other thing is Santa Pod. Right, for you that don't know, Santa Pod is the name of an old World War II, I think, airfield in the east side of the country in England, and they turned that into a drag strip, and it's one of the best known drag strips in England. And they do something there called Run What You Brung, which is basically anyone can go and join the queue and take their car down the quarter mile. Now, when I said this to Gav, I said, Gav, how about we take Kate down the drag strip? And he says, well, I think we need to do a bit of work on her before, yeah. And he's right. So, but where I'm looking at it is, if we put a goal, right, to have Kate do the quarter mile, even if it takes her 15 minutes to get down the road, but it is a goal, right? Doesn't have to go fast, just to do it. And I think it's something like, it helps align yourself and sort of aim for something. So probably have to transport her there on a transporter, unless she's got an MOT by then and she's legal to drive. But I thought that would be nice. Maybe, you know, we could take Kate down the drag strip, try and get her down the quarter mile without breaking down or falling apart, and taking a time, which probably will be something like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then, you know, working down from that, maybe, you know, increasing the engine power as time goes, because there's a lot more space in that engine bay to increase power. Anyway, so Santa Pod, let me know if you would like to see Kate go down the drag strip. Now, this is another one. I watch a lot of YouTube, alright, but I also listen to a lot of YouTube. I have audios, which goes part in hand with a few videos ago I told you that I suffered from some mental health problems, and I do listen to stuff like Alan Watts on YouTube. He's not alive anymore, but he has some really nice things. I listen to Eckhart Tolle, Joseph Murphy, Neville Goddard. Another one that's interesting is Dr. Sarno. He has helped a lot of people with something called tension myositis syndrome, which I think it might be what I experience, which is a lot of pain in back pain, upper back pain, middle back pain, you name it, shoulders, wrists, freaking ankles. And it's basically stress, he says, apparently. So, but it's really interesting, it opens your eyes. So anyway, I've lost my plot now, but there's two channels. There's many channels that I like watching about cars, but just two. One of them is Marcus Hayes. Marcus, hopefully you're watching the vid. Alright, mate, come here. Come here, you little sod. Come here. Come here. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. Hey. Chill out. There's Rupert. Look. Yeah. He loves going out shagging. Yeah, anyway, completely irrelevant. Yeah, Marcus Hayes, he's got a channel down in near London. He's got a couple of Ford Escorts that are actually running, and it's just not nice to watch his videos. You know, I don't go around watching many videos. He's just one I managed to find. He does a lot of burnouts, and it's just nice. I follow him, Marcus Hayes, Hayes. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description below. Another one that isn't necessarily to do with cars, but it's like rebuilding tractors and stuff, and he works around his farm, is a guy called Maximus Ironthumper. He's basically a blacksmith who built his own house in England, and sort of went around another way about owning his own house. Has his own solar heating, he's got his own workshop, his own water supply, his own crop, probably chickens, but he also rebuilds tractors and Land Rovers, and it's just really nice. He's got some great playlists. So again, I'll put a link to Maximus Ironthumper and Marcus Hayes down at the description. Alright guys? Now, another one I've got here is subs participation. What I'm saying is, guys, I don't really optimize. I know that there's a lot of value in a nice YouTube channel, right? And I've got a nice YouTube channel because there's only a few of you guys, but you're watching the videos, you're interacting, I think you're enjoying them, and I've got here something that I want to participate with you guys, you know? I don't know how we will do that. Oh, t-shirts, for example. I mean, I don't particularly want to sell any t-shirts. I don't have any to sell. Or hats or stickers or bollocks like that. That's just, you know, that might come. I saw a freaking awesome t-shirt yesterday. It was black, and it just had the you know what, when you look at your dashboard and you look at your some of you might have, the old cars have a battery gauge that tells you the battery power, I think, and it had that, but it looked really nice, you know, like just yeah. Anyway, so nice if there was some participation. Some of you have visited me here, and it's been lovely to meet you, and it's ongoing, you know. It's been great publishing parts of your life that you think other people might relate to. Has a tremendous has had a tremendous value for me. I don't have thankfully, you know, I don't have a problem with sharing personal things with other people, probably because I don't do it very much, but when I do it, I'm not worried about repercussions, you know. Just like genuine as far as I can do it, you know. I'm just me, you know. And it's been really rewarding. And loneliness today is an issue because of people being isolated from family, isolated from friends, working too much, blah blah blah. So yeah, it'd be nice to find new ways to participate and do things together. Now, the other one is funny usernames, alright? There's a few of you that have got funny usernames, and there's just this one that immediately I thought I'd mention, and that would win hands down. I am a cunt. So, I am a cunt wins hands down because he's clearly transparent, straight to the point, no bullshit. And yeah, so I'm a cunt wins hands down for the best username so far. Next, house move. Yeah, you guys might have remember me saying we've got to move because the landlord wants us to move. Well, that was about 3 or 4. It was before Christmas. Christmas was about 2 months ago. We stopped. Basically, I think he was struggling. He was having a lot of stress, and to have a hip operation or something. And I was busting his balls because the boiler wasn't working, and the boiler hasn't been working right since we moved here 5 years ago. And he sent someone to repair the boiler a couple of times, but the guys they didn't know what they were doing, and they just didn't. And they said, "Oh, you've got to contact someone else." And eventually, I got a bit stern with him, and that's the point where he said, "Listen, man, you know, I think you better move because I can't do this," or something. Anyway, so bottom line is, we are still open to moving, and we are still looking. We've seen a few houses, we've gone to visit houses, and it still hasn't happened. He's not pushing us, so we're just sort of in limbo. carrying on here. Music, yes, Gavin, Paul and myself, we do make music. Well, we have made music, we don't do anything now other than occasionally have a little jam. And we have a CD called Rusty Love with 4 songs on, and that's available on the website. And yes, the music that you've heard is our music, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Thank you very much for your comments for it. Some of you enjoyed it. Now, another lot of you guys might be clear that I've not mentioned, well I have, I've put watermarks of my business, which is Classic Carbs UK, and it's the first time I'm going to talk about that. Now, I used to be a waiter when I was about, well, up to about 2007 or something like that, when I was 27. I was a waiter at Frankie and Benny's. Then I decided that people were making more money being on the dole, which is the basically when you go and say, oh, I haven't got a job, I need the government to help me. So I went on the dole for a full year and I didn't work, and I was just playing my guitar. Now then my dad died at 27. I was 27, that's 2007, and I decided that I needed to do something with my life. So I started a haulage business, a little haulage business. Basically it was just me, my little rascal van, dropping letters into industrial businesses, and eventually I had a haulage business which was just me, and I started subcontracting lorries etc. all over England and the UK, delivering petrochemical goods, engineering goods, you name it man, nuclear stuff and all sorts. And then I had that for 7 or 8 years, 2015, so 5, 6, 7, 8 years, yeah. Then I got my first anxiety, panic attack, and darkness, depression, and freaking, yeah, desperation. You know, business was doing alright. I was just lonely. I was living alone. I was working. That was all I was thinking. I was a very hard person, unforgiving, and yeah, when that black dog struck, that was it. I had to pull all the plugs. My mother, my sisters, my friends Gavin, also my girlfriend Heather, they thankfully were there to support me, and I came out of that. It took about 3 months, and I recovered, and now I'm going to reverse again, alright? During the beginning of my haulage business I had a Capri, a 2-litre S Ford Capri. This is about, oh no, this was when I was a waiter, 2004. Right, fucking hell, I'm confusing things now. Anyway, I had this 2-litre S Capri. I bought it for 250 quid. It had a Pinto engine. I restored the car as best as I could, passed it to MOT, used it. Someone gave me a book by a guy called Dave Vizard, how to tune your Pinto engines, and I started reading that, and I fell in love with the idea of tuning engines and cylinder heads and carburetors, and then I bought my first set of twin 40 Webers. This is while I was a waiter, but also then moved on to my haulage business. I bought that first set on eBay. I bought it for about 112 quid, a pair of Weber 40 carburetors. I looked at it for about 2 weeks because I'd never seen them. I'd read so much about them, never seen them. Bought them, didn't do anything with them. I'd sold my Capri by then. I put them back on eBay 10 days later and I sold them for 280 quid. And I thought to myself, well, I've just made about the same amount of money that I would make after a week's wages of being a waiter, which obviously I thought, oh, I better do this again. So I started looking on eBay for more carburetors, and I was buying and selling them, dismantling them, selling parts of them on eBay. And this spilled over into when I was in my haulage business. I would do it part-time, and then I bought a set of Webers from Netherlands in Holland. I didn't know what they were, but they looked unusual, and I paid 250 quid. I made the guy an offer for 250 pounds. They were on auction for 99p starting. I gave the guy 250 pounds. He posted them to me, and about 6 months later I sold them for £6,500. They were Ferrari carburetors, right? He didn't know what they were, I didn't know what they were, but I found out. So at that point I thought there's good money to be made in classic car parts, and then I had my haulage business, so that was doing really well. My sister was helping me as well with the haulage business. The black dog depression thing hit me. Yeah, that's when that depression hit me, and I had to pull all the strings, ended that business, send all my customers a letter just telling, that's it, personal reasons, I can't do this anymore. That was it. Turned my phone off, turned everything off, and my mum moved in with me then, and at that point we didn't have any income, so I had just managed to buy a good job lot of Ferrari parts, carburetors and stuff like that. Saved some money, and that job lot helped us survive for the crossing between working as haulage into carburetors. And I've done a deal with Eurocarb from Reading in England, and they're my drop shippers. So my mum built the website. My mum's very good with websites, and classiccarbs.co.uk. And that's all we do. We deal with carburetors, fuel pumps, inlet manifolds, and restorations. Galvani. That's why we've got the bead blaster. We don't tune carburetors, we don't diagnose them or troubleshoot them, but we do take a lot of care in restoring them carefully. I know you won't think by watching the videos that we do with Kate, but yeah, we do a pretty good job with restoring people's old carburetors, and we're trying to break into some simple Solexes, some simple SUs, and we do tell people that we're not going to tune them or necessarily repair them, but we can make them look lovely. So yeah, that's it. You know, it's yeah. So that's the business so far. Has we got any other things? That's it really. Yeah, and mental health. I have been suffering with it on and off, well, since 2005, and it happened again in July, and I've been pretty much bound around my house here since July. I have taken a few trips into town, met with my girlfriend, which is also difficult because, you know, I've changed a lot, and just it's like social anxiety, fear and all that bullshit. But these you know, listening to some of these sort of what's it called, metaphysics, philosophy, theosophy and all that, there's some really, you know, good, wonderful people out there, and have been, and that you know, have been through this, go through it, and it does help to reach out. So it is scary, you know, some of you might know exactly what I'm on about, and you know, it's just, there's more to life than I thought there was, you know, it's just weird. So it's just taking one foot at a time. Kate has been great, as one of you did mention, you need Kate as much as Kate needs you, and she has been brilliant. I do find myself sometimes working too much and only thinking about work and getting really tense. Where am I going to make my next rent? Where am I going to make my next, you know, how am I going to buy my house, blah blah blah, my health and all that. Oh, this is beautiful, guys, listen to this. I received a letter from Germany. This is from Mr. Helmut from Germany, near Munich, Bavaria. Helmut, I hope you're watching this. Thank you very much for your parcel you sent me, and Dankeschön. It's beautiful, and thank you for taking the time to do this. Alright mate, what's up man, you want to go in? Alright. Go on. Go on. See, it's a bonus when you reach out to people. You know, there's some really, really beautiful souls out there, you know. Yeah. So Helmut has sent me. Look at this. I don't know what's going on with this man, because this is, he's written on it. He's just said Kate. Here is little Kate, and this car is a 1969 1700 GT, exactly like Kate. And the wheels might, oh, they went, yeah. And it says Ford Capri 1700 GT. which I believe is what Kate had in her, 1969 to 72. The colour is even the same. What's going on with that? It's amazing. I mean, yeah, the dog shit grey colour. It's there. Oh, well, that there. Helmut, thank you very much for this, man. This is going on my mantelpiece. Here is possibly what Kate might look like at some point in the future. This, I think, is got some sort of, oh yeah, the lovely double headlights at the front. I love those. And it does have a body kit on it, and I do like this look. You know, it's not for the purists, but I do like it very much. Yeah, it's got, I don't know, is it an X-back or something like that? Also, Helmut has sent me some photos of his Coupe Granada. Is it a Coupe Granada? He did say, yes, Granada Coupe. He says it's got as much rust as mine. Well, it's in Germany. He's got a lovely looking garage. He's taken the wings off, the doors off. I love the rear end. Look at that rear end. Oh, cameras, eh? Yeah, the rear end looks proper beautiful. The front is only the shell, the chassis. He's took everything off it. And yeah, that's the engine bay. You won't appreciate that as much because it doesn't look that great. And here is the car again. Anyway, Helmut, thank you very much for your beautiful letter in English. And you know, you Germans, and Dutch, you're incredible with you know, writing in other languages. I wouldn't know how to write in German, man. You know, I'll probably use Google Translate and then try and be clever with it. You've also, I'm going to send you a CD, Helmut, as you've asked. I will send you a CD. Thank you for your donation and his address. Good luck for your Capri. Hope that it runs well and tears up the tarmac and your reel keep on rocking. This is in January, yes. Okie dokie. So that's that. Here's some more Capris. I think that's it, guys. Here's a set of Weber IDFs for a Fiat. I bought those off eBay for about 100 quid. And they need tons of work. It's broken studs and everything, so I'm going to set about rebuilding these and offering them to someone that wants them. And yeah, is that it? That's it. So the ones that have stayed on will now see some more footage with Kate. Yeah, we're still waiting for an exhaust. We've got the manifold. We just need the middle bit and the back box. And yeah, but she's running beautifully. She's running beautifully now. So catch you guys in a bit. Hopefully some of you will hopefully we'll meet some of you, maybe some motor show, classic Ford Capri meetup in the months, years to come. Cheers guys, keep cool, one foot in front of the other, all is well. See ya.